guys, and welcome to Friday. As you can see behind me, it is very dark outside. It's 7 o'clock and I'm just sat here in front of my laptop doing a little bit of research for the van. Obviously the van is right behind me now, so it's a constant reminder of what we need to do and how little time we have to do it. So today I have created a Pinterest board. I'll show you quickly. Yeah, so I've got a Pinterest board of all the things that I've bought for it so far. So here's what I've got for it so far. Chris wasn't very happy that I'd bought a peeler for it, but I did explain that every van does need a peeler because you're not gonna have a freezer to store vegetables and things like that, so it's all gonna be fresh. We're probably gonna live off a lot of potatoes, I guess. So yeah, so that's all organised. And I've also been doing a bit of research this evening on van essentials, so I've been writing down some bits and pieces that might not be immediately obvious, like having a toolkit on board. We're considering getting a double sleeping bag, just because that'll be warmer than having a duvet, but I think I might also have a duvet as backup because I feel the cold a lot. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. I've been doing this probably for about an hour now. I was meant to be going to a gig this evening with Chris and some friends. It's only a local gig, it's not too far away. However, I am really feeling it from the boot camp that I did yesterday. Like, every inch of my body hurts. It's horrendous. I had an optician's appointment after work today and I was supposed to walk there, but it started to rain, so I phoned up Chris and said, oh, like, do you think you can get here in time to pick me up and take me to the optician's? And thank God he did. Like, I was in agony. Even getting into the car, just like sitting myself down, I was like, oh. So I just thought, probably not a good idea for me to be jumping around everywhere. I just need to rest up because tomorrow I'm going to do the park run. And it only takes you know, a week to 2 weeks for your body to get used to the increase in exercise. So I just need to really focus on that now, and then in the future I'll be able to go to gigs and then run the next day. But just the thought of doing that tonight, not having any time to rest or anything, because obviously I've been at the computer all day today, hunched up. Although, what am I doing now? I'm sat at the computer. So yeah, and then the rest of the weekend I think is pretty empty at the moment, so I'm not really sure what the weekend's going to hold for me, really. Good morning. Today is Saturday and it's the first park run of 2018 that I'm doing. We didn't make it last weekend, so here I am, ready to run 5k. I slept so well last night though. I think Chris came home about 12 and I woke up like 7:30 feeling so much better. Don't know where my trainers are though. Oh, there they are. Oh, they're pretty muddy from the last park run. I think I might wait to put those on. So we did the park run this morning. As we were walking there, it started to rain, but that stopped, thankfully. It was only a few drops. It was like 2 degrees when we got out of the car. So cold. It was so muddy, really muddy. So the course was at Kings Park in Bournemouth, which is basically the Bournemouth AFC football ground. And it's like a little park behind it. The majority of it is on like field. And then some of it's on footpath. But with all the rain over the last few weeks, it was really muddy. And my ankles don't do particularly well on it. Like a few years ago, I was falling over all the time, had like massive swelled ankles, when I was falling. It was horrible. And I haven't really fallen over for probably about a year and a half. So me getting back into running it's a bit of a gamble. But I'm hoping that the break that I've had from running is what I've needed to kind of build up the strength in my ankles, because I do feel a lot better. But yeah, I was slipping and sliding in all the mud. It was crazy. Actually, that reminds me, I need to put the trainers in the wash. It was a lot of fun. I was 2 minutes slower than I was 2 weeks ago, but that is just because of the mud. It was really slowing us up. Like even Chris said he was 2 minutes slower. So yeah, I had a lot of fun at that one. So we've done Paul Park 2 weeks ago and Kings Park this week, and then the next one that we're going to do is the Upton Country Park one. I like kind of just mixing it up a little bit, because it can get a little bit boring if you go to the same, because you just know what's in front of you each time. So yeah, that was good. I'm aching a lot. However, I have done 3 things of exercise that I said I would do this week, so I'm really happy about that. But now I am just sitting down, updating my diary, getting my life into some sort of order, trying to plan a few things. And I also want to do a little bit of sorting today, because one of the cupboards in this room isn't that organised. This is the drawer that kind of all the stuff gets dumped in, and then here's the cupboard. It's got all of our like medicine, which I sorted through a while ago, so that needs to get sorted again. All of Walter's bits and pieces, and just games which have overflowed from next door, so I need to sort that now. Okay, here is all of the rubbish. This is like a whole bin bag of recycling. And I'm gonna show Chris what I've been doing. Okay, so remember, this was really cluttered beforehand. Dum dum dum!
Well,
how good's that? Like,
that's really good.
So all of the top shelf is first aid. And then the bottom shelf is Walter's stuff. No junk there, no junk. And then look at that. Impressed?
You just checked everything out.
Pretty much. There was a couple of bits and pieces that I've taken upstairs. Some colouring books that are in the lounge. And I've taken out all of this money, so we need to find somewhere for it to go. There's all the money from our like wedding fund thing. So yeah,
Well done.
did quite well, didn't I? You've been hard at work, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm working on the mini.
And then tomorrow is working on the van. Okay guys, hopefully you can hear me. It's Sunday and we've gone for a walk. Well, we've walked from our house down to the beach, which is where we are now. And then we're just walking up this big zigzag path. Just taking a different route home, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Chris is telling me that he runs up it once a week, is it?
Once a week we do a interval or hill training, and this hill is the one we use. We do one of our hill training.
Hope you heard that. This wind is quite windy. So anyway, I'll talk to you in a minute. As I turn the camera on, I hit 10k steps. So I'm doing quite well with my targets. Oh, we're supposed to left. We are now in a less windy area. We're walking through quite a nice area actually. All the houses are very big. It's very close to Sandbanks. Where is it that we are? Alum Chime?
Camphor Cliffs.
Camphor Cliffs, don't you know? I mean, look at the size of the houses. They're massive, and they've all got big gardens as well. Just stopped off to get myself a nice little fruit juice, fruit smoothie. I'm gonna start making some more fruit smoothies actually. I've got so much fruit in the freezer. And this was £4. Tastes good, but £4. Anyway, we need to get back to the house because Chris is gonna start doing some work on the van today. So, can't stand around chatting all day. We're back from the walk and Chris and Jimmy are outside doing some work on the van. So I've offered to help Chris out with covering his, I think they're called car door inserts. So we've got 2 of them here. And he would like them to be covered with these comic book faces. So I'm going to use some scissors to cut it up, mix up some wallpaper paste, and then I'm gonna stick it on. Okay, so I've done a couple of sheets already. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make sure that I don't use any that are the same as the last 4 that I've used. So Captain America, and I'm gonna try and just do them in different like angles, so it looks like somebody's kind of just thrown the comic books at them, and then I'll overlap around the edges here. So literally just put on the paste like you would with wallpaper, and then just line it up how you think will look good. Now I'm not going to worry too much about the corners at the moment because when I'm done I'm going to flip it over and then I'll secure the corners, but just kind of folding it down, knowing where it's going to go. Okay, so I've totally covered it and flipped it on the other side. Now each of these areas here is where like handles are going to be, and the window winder. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure there's a reason for it. But basically I've just cut slits in it, and then I'm going to fold them in and then just tape them down. The glue just doesn't hold it enough. And here it is, all finished. Now I'm going to spray it with some lacquer so that it doesn't get damaged when people come in and out of the car. But I think it's pretty good first attempt, really. What do you think? Okay, so I've done both of the cards down there. My husband loves me very much, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now we're going out for a meal. We're going to be looking at van plans. There's all the measurements for the van. We had a meal at the Fox and Hounds to celebrate.
We celebrated.
To celebrate 3 months of marriage. It's been good. It's been good. I consider myself the luckiest lady in the world.
You are lucky, aren't
you? And then we just came home and watched a film, watched Goosebumps. Never read the books, so but it was good. It was very similar to Jumanji, but not as good. Not as good. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it was alright. Nothing special.
And now we're just reading. Both of us try to read each night now, don't we? Mm-hmm. It's working. You read last night, didn't you? I read for a little bit. But yeah. And then we'll go to bed. Got work in the morning. So I will see you later, guys. Oh, and by the way, I posted our wedding video this evening. So I'm going to stick a link up here somewhere. Remind me if I forget to put it up there because I forgot on one of my last videos. So have a look at that. And I will see you in a few days, guys. Bye.